In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use your knowledge of percent change to work with sales taxes. What are we going to do here? We're going to, first of all, look at percent increase. I'm going to show you how to work with percent increase. We're going to understand what sales taxes are. We're going to look at steps that I would recommend that you use when dealing with questions that are related to sales taxes. And then we're going to solve some problems together that involve sales taxes. So what is percent increase? Percent increase expresses the increase in value as a percent of the original value. So generally, your increase is going to be your final value minus your original value. And then your percent increase is going to be final value minus original value divided by original value multiplied by 100. So the reason why we do that is because your increase is based on the original. How can you tell if you have an increase? You have to know where you started from to identify that you have an increase. So your percent is going to be based on your starting point. Now let's go ahead and look at an example together. So we want to find out the percent increase from 6 all the way to 15. So let's go ahead and start with our increase. So we're going to start with identifying our increase. So our increase here is going to be 15 minus 6. So we have an increase of 9. Now we want to find out our percent increase is going to be increase divided by starting position or starting point multiplied by 100. So here our increase is 9 because we went from 6 to 15 and our starting position is 6. So our starting number is 6 and we multiply by 100. So I'm going to go ahead here and divide. I like to cross out. So we can divide 9 and 6 by 3. If we divide 6 by 3, we have 2. 9 by 3, we have 3. We can further divide 2 by 2, 1, and 100 by 2, 50. So this is now going to give us 3 multiplied by 50, which is 150%. Let me write that properly. So this is going to give us 150%. So we have a 150% increase from 6 to 15. Now let's look at our sales tax. A sales tax is a charge you add to a purchase based on some local laws. So some laws, it could be 8%, it could be 10%, and it depends on where you are. It could be as much as 20%. So it all depends on what the local laws of the area that you're buying from is, or what the local laws are. So a sales tax can be represented as either a percent or an amount. So a sales tax is going to be your final price minus the original price. So what you need to remember is that your sales tax is already added to the bill before you get your final price. So when we look at final price minus original price, the original price is the price that is marked on that item. So for example, if you have an item that is marked at $10 and you pay $11 for the item after all the taxes have been added, what we're saying here is that your sales tax is going to be 11 minus 10, which is going to be $1. Now your sales tax percent is going to be your sales tax, which is your final price minus original price, divided by your original price multiplied by 100. That is the way you can get the sales tax percent. Now what if you are just told that you're given the sales tax percent and you know the original price and you want to find out the sales tax that you paid? We're going to take the percent and multiply by the original price. And then for our final price, we're going to take the original price and the sales tax amount and we'll add them up together so we can get our final price. Now you may ask, how do I go about finding the sales tax and the sales tax percent? What we're going to do here is identify the original price, so which is going to be the price that is marked on the item, or if you're in a restaurant, whatever is on the menu as the price for the item that you're purchasing. Then we're looking at the final price. The final price is what you get, what you have to pay after all the taxes have been added. And then so we're going to find the sales tax. We're going to substitute we're going to substitute values for final price minus original price to get sales tax. And for sales tax percent, we have the same formula that we had discussed earlier. Final price minus original price divided by original price times 100. And our final price is original price plus sales tax amount. So this could seem all confusing. So we're going to go ahead and look at some examples together, and that should demystify or make it easier for you to understand. So let's look at this example here. Restaurants in La Jolie, Indiana are required to charge a 5% sales tax on all food purchases. Andrew ate at a restaurant in La Jolie, Indiana and buys a food plate that costs $10. How much will he pay at the restaurant? How much will he pay the restaurant after taxes? So what we need to remember here is our final price is going to be the original price plus the sales tax. Okay, that is one formula we're going to also use. Now, we want to know what the actual sales tax is going to be. So sales tax, this is why those formulas are important. So sales tax is equal to the percent sales tax multiplied percent sales tax multiplied by the original price. So let's go ahead and work with this. So let's get the sales tax first because we need to know the final price. Our sales tax is going to be 5%, 5 over 100 multiplied by 10 because the item costs $10. So let's go ahead and cross this out. This is 5 divided by 10, which is going to give us 1/2. So it's $1/2, which is 50 cents. Okay, so now we want to find out the final price. So the final price for this item after the sales tax has been added is going to be $10. I'm going to put 2 zeros for the cent because we're dealing with cents on the sales tax, plus 50 cents. So if we come over here and we have $10 plus 50 cents, so we have 0, 5, 0. So Andrew is going to pay $10.50 after taxes. Let's look at another example. The sales tax in a city is 7.5%. If an item costs $12, how much taxes are paid on the item? So let's look at sales tax here. We have a percent and we have a cost. So it's going to be percent sales tax multiplied by original price. Some may call it cost. They're all the same thing in this case. So this is going to give us 7.5 over 100 multiplied by 12. So what I'm going to do here is, just to make things simple here, I'm going to just multiply across. So this is going to give me 7.5 times 12 divided by 100. And this is going to give you 90 over 100, which is going to be 90 cents. Now that's one approach. The other approach we could have used for 7.5 over 100 times 12 is I'm going to go ahead and multiply the numerator and the denominator here by 10. So it's going to give me 75 divided by 1000. And the reason why we do that is because we're trying to get rid of the decimal so we have a whole number to work with. And then we multiply by 12. So here you can divide by 5. You have 200. And then you have 15. You can also divide by 5 again. You have 3 here. and then you have 40. You can divide here by 4. We have 3 and we have 10. So this is going to give us 9 over 10, which is 90 cents. So regardless of how you go about it, you're going to end up in the same spot. Now let's look at the next example. After buying a $25 item at the store, a customer was charged $26.50. What was the sales tax charged? What was the sales tax percent? So final price, you're going to notice in my videos, I always like to start with formula so I know exactly how I'm going about it. Final price is going to be original price, or we can call that cost, plus sales tax. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that here. So we have $26.50 is going to be $25 plus sales tax. So now we know that sales tax is going to be $26.50 minus $25. When you do the subtraction here, let's go ahead and try to do this. $26.50 minus $25, you're going to get $1.50. So we have $1.50 for our sales tax. And now we want to find out the percent. So percent sales tax is going to be sales tax divided by original price multiplied by 100. So this is going to give us 1.5 divided by 25 multiplied by 100. So I can actually just go ahead and divide across here. So 25 divided by 5, I have 5. 100 divided by 5, I have 20. I can divide 5 by 5, 1. 20 by 5, 4. So 1.5 multiplied by 4, 1.5 multiplied by 4, I have 0, 6. So this is going to give me 6%. So our sales tax percent is 6%. So here are a few things we need to remember. We want to find out the sales tax that was charged and then the percent for the sales tax. Now our final question here. A customer paid $13.50 after taxes for an item. The customer was charged a sales tax of 8%. What was the original price of the item? Okay, so let's look at this. Final price is going to be original price. I'm going to just use short forms here. Original price plus sales tax. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make an assumption that original price is equal to X. Okay, so our final price is going to be $13.50. Our original price is X. Our sales tax is actually going to be 0.08X because 8% is 0.08. So now $13.50 is going to be 1.08x, and now we can divide both sides by 1.08 to get the value of x. So let's go ahead and deal with 1350. So what we're going to do here is x is equal to 13.50 divided by 1.08. I can multiply both sides, both numerator and denominator by 100 to get rid of the decimals. So I got 1350 divided by 108. So now I can keep dividing. I'm going to divide by 9. I have 12 here. I have 150. Then I'm going to divide here by 6. I have 2. I have 25. So this is going to give me 25 divided by 2, which is 12.5, which is going to give me $12.50. So here our original price is going to be $12.50.